If you want to know the main differences between breast milk and formula, you're in the right place. There's tons of different voices and info out there, so it can be really hard to figure out what's going on. I'm going to tell you the facts about what all parents deserve to know. Hi, my name is Kate. I'm a lactation educator counselor and the founder of Mighty Milk. I'm also a baby registry certified expert and a mom of two. With my first baby, I struggled with breastfeeding, and he was mostly formula fed. With my second baby, I knew exactly what to do, and breastfeeding went smoothly. I've had the experience of feeding my baby by nursing, with my own pumped milk, and with formula. So these experiences have given me a unique perspective. Here's one very important thing to know before we dive in. Although there are big differences between formula and breast milk, how or what you feed your baby has absolutely no bearing on your worthiness as a parent. You are an amazing parent no matter how you feed your baby. Your family can thrive no matter how you feed your baby. Now, let's get into it. The number one biggest difference between formula and breast milk is that your milk is constantly changing throughout the day and night, weeks, months, and years to meet your baby's nutritional needs and to protect them from illness and infection. Your milk contains antibodies and other germ fighting factors that pass from you to your baby and strengthen your baby's immune system. So, your breast milk is not only the perfect nutrition for your baby, it helps protect your baby from getting sick and helps them get better faster when they do get an illness. Breast milk is thought to help protect your baby from COVID and RSV. It also lowers their risk of asthma, obesity, type 1 diabetes, and sudden infant death syndrome, or SIDS. Formula provides essential nutrients that infants need, and manufacturers try to mimic the nutritional profile of breast milk. But formula does lack those live antibodies and immune boosting properties found in breast milk. And the truth is that scientists are really just beginning to unlock many of the secrets of human milk. There has actually been very little research into breast milk, and the studies that have been done are often led by formula companies who are trying to copy breast milk. It's only recently that scientists discovered the presence of stem cells in breast milk, which are being studied as potential cures for different diseases. Pretty cool, right? There are also differences in the digestibility of formula and breast milk. Breast milk is designed for an infant's delicate digestive system. It promotes the growth of beneficial bacteria in the baby's gut, fostering a healthy digestive environment. Formula is also designed to be easy to digest for babies, but it is not alive in the same way that breast milk is. Some babies may struggle to digest formula. On rare occasions, babies may have allergies or sensitivities to their mother's milk, and it is often due to something like cow's milk in the mother's diet. If you're concerned that your baby is having an allergy, you should contact a pediatrician and an international board certified lactation consultant, or IBCLC, immediately. You can absolutely bond with your baby, no matter whether you feed your baby formula or donated breast milk or your own milk. I loved and bonded with my bottle fed baby the same way that I loved and bonded with my breastfed baby. But there are benefits to breastfeeding that go beyond nutrition. Nursing can feel calming and safe for babies, and it can release those feel good hormones for both of you. But if you're bottle feeding your baby, skin to skin time with your baby can also offer many of those benefits. No matter how you feed your baby, you deserve to feel supported. If your goal is to breastfeed your baby, whether you're pregnant or you're the parent of a newborn, you are in the exact right place. Breastfeeding has literally sustained human life for millennia. But just because it's natural, it doesn't mean it's easy. In fact, in the US, 6 out of 10 moms stop breastfeeding before they wanted to. But there's good news. You don't need to sit there feeling hopeless. If you're pregnant, you need steps you can take so that you know exactly what to do to get breastfeeding off to the best possible start. Or if you're already breastfeeding your newborn, you need to know what to do to overcome common breastfeeding challenges. Now, I want you to take a moment. Can you imagine what a difference it would make for your postpartum life if breastfeeding was going well and you felt calm and confident? One thing that is not talked about enough is how much of an outsized role breastfeeding plays in postpartum life. If you were a first time mom, maybe you're like me and imagined peacefully rocking your baby in their adorable nursery, everything quiet and calm. But the reality for so many of us is so different. Because when breastfeeding isn't going well, it can color everything. It can negatively impact how you feel about your transition to motherhood and how you feel about your partner. But the opposite is also true. When breastfeeding is going smoothly, the anxiety quiets, the stress and overwhelm drops. Sure, you're still tired and underslept, and you probably still have dishes piling up in the sink. But when you have this confidence, it is a huge shift and it can make all the difference in how you're able to adjust to your new life with your baby. Now, I'd like to invite you to Mighty Milk's breastfeeding classes. The first one is for expectant parents, and the second one is for parents of babies 0 to 12 weeks old. These classes literally changed my life. They helped me go from struggling with breastfeeding and feeling totally overwhelmed to thriving with it. Our classes are rated 5 out of 5 stars on Facebook from parents who have been in your shoes. Jennifer said, "I am blown away by the amount of quality information that I just learned in a short period of time." I keep thinking of that saying, "You don't know what you don't know." That's exactly how I feel right now. I had no idea of all of the things that are involved in being successful at breastfeeding, and now I know. I feel so much better prepared, and I can't believe how fun it was. I'd been reading a breastfeeding book, but these videos are so much easier to digest. I couldn't stop watching them. Laura said, "I took the online breastfeeding class and it was so helpful. I loved how you could watch and rewatch shorter segments at your leisure. The nurses and the lactation consultant even commented that they could tell I was prepared. I would definitely recommend this class. 10 out of 10. The class is broken down into short videos that you can watch all at once or over time. So you can change the course of your postpartum life just by sitting on your couch for an hour or two. And you can grab your partner and watch together since their support plays an important role in your breastfeeding success. My breastfeeding journey with my babies inspired me to help other families avoid the frustration and difficulty that I felt. I teamed up with the amazing lactation consultant who was literally life-changing for me and my family. She is why I was able to breastfeed my second baby successfully. She has helped hundreds of families reach their feeding goals, and now she can help you too. In the Breastfeeding for Expectant Parents class, you'll learn what's normal with a breastfed baby, all about building your milk supply, how to position your baby to avoid nipple pain, how to tell if your baby is hungry, how to tell if your baby is swallowing, and that's a super important one worth the whole class, how to tell when breastfeeding is going well and when to get help, tips for maximizing nighttime sleep, how to get started with pumping and bottle feeding, adjusting to life with a breastfed baby, how to get out of the house with a breastfed baby, nutrition, coffee, alcohol, and medication while breastfeeding, and so much more. In the Breastfeeding Your Baby class for parents of babies 0 to 12 weeks old, you'll learn all of what's in the Expectant Parents class, plus how to avoid and overcome challenges with nipple pain, low milk supply, engorgement, plugged ducts, mastitis, and then concerns with gassy baby, latch concerns, and so much more. Now we're at a point where you need to make a decision. Maybe you'll cross your fingers and hope that breastfeeding will go well. Or maybe you'll comb through YouTube videos or social media groups trying to piece together advice. But who knows how trustworthy that information will be and whether it'll actually help you. Or you can make the choice to invest in your breastfeeding relationship by following the guidance of an IBCLC who has helped hundreds of families overcome breastfeeding challenges. All of this in just one class with a few hours of video that can make the difference between whether or not you're able to reach your breastfeeding goals. I want to make this extra easy for you. I want you to succeed. I want you to be able to have a rewarding breastfeeding relationship. And by the way, that includes pumping for as long as you would like. So I'm offering a guarantee. If you finish Mighty Milk's class and you're not satisfied, let me know and I'll give you your money back. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Even if you've taken a breastfeeding class at your hospital, take this class. I took one at my hospital with my first baby, and it didn't teach me in the way I needed to learn. Mighty Milk's class is different. I recently got a message from a customer who said she couldn't believe the class isn't much more expensive. But I want you to be able to afford this class and for you to be able to jump in and start boosting your confidence right away. If you spend money on baby clothes, on decorating a cute nursery, on baby gear, this should be a no-brainer. Am I here telling you that breastfeeding is going to be easy and that this class will instantly solve all of your challenges? Definitely not. Some breastfeeding classes guarantee that breastfeeding will go well, and I think that's not fair. Breastfeeding is really hard in our culture for so many reasons, but just a couple of hours of watching our class can make a huge difference in your confidence, knowledge, and your sense of peace in the fourth trimester. I know you showed up today for a reason. You're super busy, you've got work to do, you're preparing for your baby, you've got stuff to do around the house. But here you are. I know you're here because you're trying to be the very best parent you can be and give your baby a healthy start to life. And that is amazing. You might be thinking, will this online class actually make a difference for me? Even if you learn just one nugget that you can take with you that will make breastfeeding feel easier and that will make postpartum life feel easier, this class is worth it. And I guarantee you'll take away many, many nuggets. You might say, this all sounds great. I'm going to come back to this later tonight or in a few days. But you and I both know that you won't come back. And I don't want you to lose out on the chance for this class to change the course of your breastfeeding journey. Make the choice right now. Avoid the temptation to put this off. Even if you don't start watching the class right away, you'll have access to it and you'll come back to it. I'll even send you email reminders once you enroll to help encourage you to get through the content. Make this decision now. Do this for you, do this for your baby, and for your postpartum life. You're going to go to this link if you're pregnant, or this link if you have a newborn. Or better yet, click the link in the pinned comments. You're less than 1 minute away from enrolling and starting to feel an immediate confidence boost. Thanks so much, and I'll see you inside.